Hi, I thought I'd make a video on factoring trinomials whose leading coefficient is other than 1. I think this gives a lot of students trouble. So I've written an example down, and the way I like to do this is called trial and error. So my example here is 10x squared plus 3x minus 18, and we're looking to factor it. The first thing to remember is that it will factor, if factorable, into the product of two binomials. So what I need to figure out is what are the two binomials that will give me 10x squared plus 3x minus 18. So the first thing I do is I look at the leading coefficient, which is 10, and I say, well, what numbers will multiply to 10? I either can do 1 times 10 or 2 times 5. I then look at the last term, which is negative 18. And I'll say to myself, what factors will multiply to 18? Well, it could be 1 times 18, 2 times 9, or 3 times 6. I got a lot of choices now. Well, with my helpful hints, I might be able to narrow it down a little bit. The first thing I look at is the factors of 10. Well, I got 1 and 10 and 2 and 5. My first hint says, try the two factors closest together first. So I'm going to try the 2 times 5. And at this point, it doesn't matter where you put them. It could either be 2 times 5 or 5 times 2. So I put down the 2 times 5. Next, I'm going to look at the two end factors, which will multiply to give me 18. Again, I have three choices, 1 times 18, 2 times 9, or 3 times 6. I'm going to try the two factors closest together, which are the 3 and 6. But looking at my second hint will narrow it down again for me. Never put two numbers in the same parentheses if they share a common factor. So I won't even try putting the 6 here because 6 and 2 share a common factor. So I'm going to put the 3 here and the 6 here, because the 3 times the 6 will give me 18. The 2 times the 5 is giving me the 10. So let's go on to the next step, the trial step. Try it out by foiling it. So 2 times 5 is 10x squared. 2 times 6 is 2x times 6 is 12x, and 3 times 5 is 15x. 3 times 6 gives me 18. So now I just have to see, are these two middle terms going to give me the 3x that I want? And I want a positive 3x. It will, as long as the 15 is positive and the 12 is negative, because they'll subtract to give me the positive 3x. By putting those two signs in, I now know that the 2 times 6 has to give me the negative 12, so the 6 is going to be negative, and the 3 is going to be positive, because the 3 times the 5 will give me the positive 15. So by doing all of that and narrowing it down with my helpful hints, I've succeeded in factoring the trinomial. If you're not sure if it's right, what should you do? Foil it again. 2x times 5x is 10x squared. 2x times negative 6 is the negative 12x. 3 times 5x is the 15x. 3 times negative 6 is the negative 18. So it is the correct answer. Remember, when you do this factoring, there is only one correct answer. So it's always a good idea to check to make sure that it foils to give you your original. If this doesn't work, if I went through this and it didn't work, I'd have to go back to my list and try another pair to see if it would work. Hope this helps.